This is the AEW Collision July 20, 2024 full show results video which takes place in Arlington, Texas. The show started with a match between Darby Allin versus the Beast Mortos, and the result of this match was Darby Allin defeated the Beast Mortos by pinfall with the coffin drop finisher. Allin got on the mic and said people tell him to slow down because he won't be able to walk when he's 30. Well, he's 30 now and he feels great. He remembers blood and guts and how bad it was last time, and his guts spilling out, but he wants to talk about the EVPs, who never advertise Collision or show up to the shows. Instead, it's his baby now. He does thank them for bringing him to the promotion, but man, you really suck now. Then he moved on to TNT champion Jack Perry, saying that title means everything to him and he won't stop until it's around his waist again. He challenged Perry to a match at All In for said title, saying, "I'm ready to die at Blood and Guts, I'll see you Wednesday." Cut backstage and the Acclaimed is talking and they say they're about to stomp on some tiny nuts next week. Daddy Ass gets good and mad and tells him to cut it out and become the best wrestler alive and a badass. It's time to bring it to the elite, it's time to nut up or shut up, and Anthony Bowens responds positively by saying, "Let's do it." The next match happened between Hikaru Shida versus Skye Blue, and the result of this match was Hikaru Shida defeated Skye Blue by the referee stoppage. They had the ring announcer reveal it was a referee stoppage that gave Shida the win. They replayed the spot again and Blue was indeed injured and they promised an update if they have one before the night is over. They cut backstage due to some commotion and Lance Archer is beating the trash out of people, quite literally. He says everyone seems to have forgotten who the Murder Hawk is and it's time to remind us all and leave a trail of destruction behind him. Chris Jericho gets a backstage promo, and he's talking about thinking of a match against Suzuki for 4 years and it finally comes true next Wednesday. It's a dream match, for sure, but it will be a nightmare for Suzuki. Get ready for some night sweats and some night terrors over what I'm going to do to you. He says they call him the Murder Grandpa, one of the most violent men to come out of Japan, but if there's anyone who can match him blow for blow, it's the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho. He's going to teach him a lesson that he should never have turned him down to be his partner. This will be one of the ages, he claims. I can't wait. We'll see you on Wednesday, Suzuki. You're not going to like it. Then we saw a match between Tony Nese versus Rey Fenix, and the result of this match was Rey Fenix defeated Tony Nese by pinfall with a frog splash. FTR makes their way out and Cash Wheeler says Tommy Billington has a bright future in pro wrestling, one of the brightest, and there was no way they were going to let the Don Callis family walk over him, but he wants to talk about FTR real quick. It's no secret that for the past 2 years, they've had what he would call the greatest run of their careers. The only thing that mattered to him was wrestling every match like it was his last because he truly didn't know if it would be. It's no secret he does have a temper, but it won't happen outside this ring, and now, the only people he has his sights set on are the Young Bucks. Maybe it's time to go buck hunting. Dax Harwood jumps in to say they had a great run over a couple of years, with maybe the cherry on top being beating the Bucks in Wembley. The bigger issue was having to sit back and see the Bucks leapfrog FTR as the best tag team in wrestling. While he was rehabbing, he watched the shows in the hopes the Fearless Leaders would take the tag team division to the top, but in that time he didn't even see them defend the World Tag Team titles. So now maybe right now he's making a big mistake, maybe the worst decision of his life, but starting next week FTR's road to the AEW World Tag Team Championships begins and it ends at Wembley Stadium at All In. He knows sometimes he's rough to deal with, but if you'll give him a little grace, and a little love, he promises he'll give every ounce of passion, love, tears, sweat, and blood, and they will become AEW World Tag Team Champions for the 3rd time. Another short break for another FTR chant and Young Bucks, this whole thing is for you. Top guys, out. Backstage, Shida says she came here looking for a fight and she wants a fight with Dr. Britt Baker. She welcomes her back and says she needs to get in line if she wants to be TBS champion, and she needs to remember Shida made her bleed once before and she'll do it again at Blood and Guts. Then we saw a match between Roderick Strong versus Tomohiro Ishii, and the result of this match was Roderick Strong defeated Tomohiro Ishii by pinfall. After, the Undisputed Kingdom starts to team up on Ishii, but Mark Briscoe and Kyle O'Reilly come rushing out to run them off. Then we saw the debut of Hologram against Gringo Loco, and the result of this match was Hologram defeated Gringo Loco by pinfall with the Portal Bomb finisher. Mark Briscoe gets a backstage promo to help build his match against Roderick Strong and says he's gotten wiser since the last time they locked horns and he's tougher too. That match will be Friday, but the only thing certain about Friday is it's 2 days after Wednesday, so let's talk about that. It's blood and guts, and they're going to be battling the Elite, who are a perfect example of what's wrong with the world today. They think they can step on the Grinders, but he's going to represent them, so they better bring the fight. Then we saw a Lumberjack match between Thunder Rosa versus Deonna Purrazzo, and the result of this match was Deonna Purrazzo defeated Thunder Rosa by pinfall with the help of Taya Valkyria when Taya Valkyrie handed Deonna a turnbuckle and she used that to knock out Rosa. In the main event of the show, we saw a match between the Patriarchy versus Bang Bang Gang for the AEW Trios Championship, and the result of this match was the Patriarchy defeated Bang Bang Gang by pinfall when the referee was holding Christian back for some reason when Wayne's mom sprayed something in Robinson's face, and that allowed Cage to get Juice down for the 3 count. Post-match, Cage ignores it and Killswitch carries him on his shoulders as he holds all 3 titles above his head, and the show goes off the air.